It's only forever tattoos, and today we talking about becoming a tattoo artist and also how to get a tattoo apprenticeship. We got my boy Q Inks in the building. We got Tats
Yo.
by Jew.
You know the vibes.
Sterling Silver Inc. on IG, TikTok, everything. You feel?
Yeah, make sure y'all follow, comment, any questions, anything y'all got like that. So, how do y'all think it is becoming a tattoo artist?
Nowadays, like right now, in this
Yeah.
time, oh, it's the best time ever. You got so much content on TikTok, YouTube, all that stuff. When I started, there's barely any of that. You had to dig for content to find that stuff. Now it's right there in front of you. You got so many people making content, including myself. Him
Yes,
too.
sir.
We all making content about that stuff, teaching people. So it's so easy to get the information. There's no excuses no more.
Yep. And how long y'all been tattooing?
I'm 6 years, well, almost 7 years in. Six
I'm
and a
like
half.
1.5 years in.
That's crazy.
I've been tattooing since 2019.
Hold on. 1 year?
1 year.
And a half.
How many followers you got?
Going crazy.
51K.
See what I'm saying? That's a prime example right there. 51K. He said that lightly. Let's say it again. How many?
51K.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all go tap in, follow his work. So how is it? First, we'll start from the lowest years up.
Okay, man.
I've been doing it 14 years too. I was a
cool.
scratcher.
Yeah, I'm a scratcher too. But it's
I think
cool.
everybody was a scratcher.
It's
for
cool
real.
vibes, you know. It's hard work, dedication.
So give us a little bit of your journey.
So I quit
So what they had you doing and everything.
drawing and cleaning.
For real. Because I know a lot of people start and then they're not taking it serious. So at what point do you feel like you started taking it serious?
When I seen they pay stubs, I ain't gonna lie.
And,
You seen the
tell
money,
them you was able to almost basically apprentice under an ink master.
Man,
We ain't gonna drop no names or
we
whatever.
ain't
though.
gonna drop no names, but yeah, it was like under the owner. I can't even say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
6 figures, right? They hitting six figures.
Everybody in the shop was hitting 6 figures.
Moolah.
And that's rare. Only like the top 10%
Yeah.
of the tattoo artists hitting 6 figures. The average tattoo artist only making about 40 to 48,000 a year.
That's real motivation right there.
Yeah, you dig?
Seen them pay stubs, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to wait no more. Did that shit. Who the
That's a
second?
real click right there for you. When you actually like you get paid within a time period. I remember like one of my early times I was doing my second year in, I did a tattoo and it took me like an hour and some change and I got paid $120.
What
I
a
used to
mug
work, have to
making
work
in
2
8
weeks
hours?
at Jimmy John's to make
Oh,
that. I
God.
said, what?
Yep.
Went crazy.
Bro, my
GQ, how
first
many years
tat-
you say you was in?
Since 2019, I started, but I was a scratcher then. I got consistent, and I got an apprenticeship in like 2021. So that's
How did
when
you
I got
get that apprenticeship?
I got it by just going to. I went to every shop I could. Honestly, I finally tapped in with my hairstylist at the time. She was heavily tatted, and she locked me in with her artist, and I went up there, showed my portfolio. You know what I'm saying? Introduced myself, and
Shout out to the hairstylist. So
shout out to the hairstylist
yes,
for
so
sure.
let me ask Q a question. So if somebody came to you and they wanted an apprenticeship now, what would you like them to have? Or what you think would make it easier for them to receive the help?
Some work to critique them off of. A lot of people come in with like, oh, I've been at this 2 years, 3 years. I'm not seeing no progress. Let me see the fake skins. Let me see how many tattoos you've done if you started doing tattoos. Something for I can scale it off of what you're doing now. People come in with absolutely nothing and want them to invest in them. Would you invest in a business with no results, with no sales, with no product? No, it don't make sense.
Would you fire yourself? So if you've been tattooing for a year and you got no practice, if that was a basketball or a football or soccer, you'll be weak. You'll be trash unless you was blessed with the pure talent. But hard work always beat talent. The person who's putting in more work gonna be in your face more. That's the days we living in, social media world. You feel me? So y'all always want to make sure that y'all putting in the work, putting in the grind, and also go get tattooed by the tattoo artist.
Exactly.
Go get to know them. You might not even like they vibe. You might not even know how they talk or anything. So you hitting up a random stranger over the phone talking about teach you. Go in person. Go get to know them. Go spend $100. Go stop by. But also the best way also is setting up your digital portfolio, posting every day. So when you hit me up, I can go and be like, wow, they really putting in the work. All I got to do is critique, oh, you need to do line weights, thicker lines, smaller lines, and your work could be better. But if you don't have anything, how can I coach you? How can I help you? You feel me? So help yourself. So then when you asking for help, it'll be a little easier.
That's something I want to touch on, like you just said, about actually getting a tattoo from the artist. A lot of people do be coming, checking for handouts. Like, yo, we even here in the shop, we done had people tap in all the. It's like, yo, I'm trying to get on, but you put in the work, like the car said, for yourself before somebody willing to, what I'm saying, just put you on. And I know that's kind of like what the industry was on before, like as far as tattoo artists, we know how to gatekeeping.
Gatekeeping.
They gatekeeping.
It ain't no more
goes.
gatekeeping now. The gate is open if you know how to get through it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You are what you looking up, what you searching for. I want to look at your YouTube. I want to look at your TikTok and see that you've been searching how to tattoo, and not only searching, taking the action and applying what you've been learning. Because a lot of people overconsume and take no action. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be a what, Jew? What you say you was when I first met you? Like a risk taker.
No, you got.
Yeah, he got it on his wrist. Like he said, he taking a
Risk
risk.
taker.
Calculated risk though. So be
Risk
smart,
taker.
be calculated, and just hop off that ledge. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who you pointing at?
No, I think you definitely should have a like a drawing book or something if you gonna come.
You know, that's funny because that's how it started for me. So, because I tell people to have fake skins now because if you're well, see, so a funny story. Okay, so I tell people to have fake skins now because I didn't even know what that was when I started. 2, the shop asked me to come. I didn't come to them. So they just went off. They saw my drawings. I was blessed enough to someone put it in a word and for them to see my drawings and based off that, see the potential in me as an artist. But if you're trying to go to a shop, then it's best to bring as much as you can to showcase how invested you are and how far you are down the line. So that way, if they're trying to critique you to make you a better artist, they have something to scale off of.
And artists is super sensitive, bro. When I'm talking about constructive criticism, that's where they critiquing you to be better. Stop being so emotional as an artist. For us all to get better, we all be like, hey, bro, what you think about this? How do you do this? How do you do that? You know what I'm saying? So be willing to be coachable. You know, most of us all play sports on this panel. Besides Q, you play sports?
I play sports.
Oh, okay. So in sports, you're going to have to get a coach. You ain't just out there shooting shots and running layups. The coach telling you to practice these drills to become better. So remember, when you coming to people, keep that ear open and keep that mouth closed. You feel me? Even if it's emotional and it hurt, but they really blessing you and they giving you a great opportunity to be better. So do you want to be better or do you want to be emotional? You know what I'm saying? Emotions get you nowhere, really.
Yeah, and I think that if you don't got patience, then this is not for you.
I wish Nia was over here. We'd have her in the next podcast because she a female in the tattoo industry. So, it's a little more difficult
it's
for
way
them.
different
so
for her.
we
It's a
have
whole
her in the
different
next
situation for them.
podcast. She in the
If
back
you
clapping.
can't draw on a piece of paper for 5 hours, don't even think about it.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of stuff too, while we on the topic of that, doesn't really translate all the time to tattooing. There's a lot of stuff that people go through in their apprenticeships. I know some of us got some less than prideful stories, you know what I'm saying, on what we had to go through in order to become a tattoo artist. But a lot of times that stuff don't translate at all. Being able to draw is good.
Facts.
You should be able to have the artistry and know tones and values and things of that nature. But at the same time, you're gonna get the best results from practicing.
Yep. And
With
then
the machine in hand.
Yep, and drawing and tattoo is totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like people can draw perfectly on paper and get on that practice skin and they ready to quit. They're ready to sacrifice it all and go back to work. You feel me? So make sure you on that practice skin if you really want to learn. Do it yourself so then you can see 10 days you'll be better than that first day.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Just putting the work. How many minutes you say a day, Q?
5, 2.
Nia shared a post. I think it was like just showing up.
Just showing up.
Yeah, you know
That's
what I'm saying?
half the battle
So,
for real.
yeah, just show up. You feel me?
Because it's like, because I tell people when you're tattooing, like it's different than drawing. With drawing, you're trying to learn the philosophy, the properties, just like you're saying, values, tones, and all that stuff. With tattooing, you're more so trying to train your body because pulling a straight line isn't about if you know how dark the ink is. It's about how well you can control that line. Yeah. So you're trying to do it over and over and over and over and over again. You're trying to build the habit. You're trying to form those neural pathways. So when you're doing that, you need to do it consistently as possible. So you're trying to get your brain to get used to the process. If you do it once every 3 months, you ain't never gonna get good at that.
And then think about it like this too. You may be an amazing painter. You may be an amazing artist. But this is a live canvas. It's not flat. It's not paper. It's not white or whatever kind of paper you're using. You know what I'm saying? This is people's skin.
It's moving, it's breathing.
Yeah, this is
it's stretching.
Exactly.
And it's only forever. Once again, he said this is a person. Talk to them.
You can't
You're
erase
not
it.
on a sheet of paper.
You
You're
can't
on a
erase this.
human. Get to know them. They're investing in your brand. They walking around with artwork that y'all collabed on together. So get to know your clients. You want those people out there talking for you. If you just throw on headphones or you ain't getting to know them, how will you get to the next level? Referrals are still deep and big in this game. So make sure y'all getting to know y'all clients also. It ain't a sheet of paper. Remember that.
It ain't a sheet of paper for sure. Yeah, this is a
Putting
live
that
canvas.
in my bio.
It ain't a sheet of
That
paper.
ain't sheet of paper.
What's some advice from you, Jew, being 1 year in, Jew? What's some good advice you'll tell?
Man.
Because you still at the beginning of your career. You got a long way to go if you wanted to. What's some good advice you'll give a beginner?
Never stop learning.
Always
You
be a
can
student
learn
of the
from
game.
anybody. Even somebody who started yesterday could teach you something.
Yep.
So don't be trying to get cocky about shit like, wait, I cuss on you?
Yeah, go ahead.
You made that one.
You can't like you can learn from anybody, bro. That comes with anything. So I just try to be a sponge about everything, like, and I just try to keep learning for real. You can't never stop learning, man.
So let me ask y'all a question. Being around those tattoo artists or in those shops, what did y'all notice about those tattoo artists? Were they regular people? Were they a little weird? Did they move differently? What y'all learn? Who want to shoot first?
They all different for real.
They all different. I had a pretty well known mentor for my apprenticeship too. I ain't dropping no names, but he was a character for real. He was a good person, but he wasn't a normal person. You know, this guy was, you know, he was in the streets. You feel me? He was
From the streets to business?
to business, but I mean he was. I don't know how without being stereotypical, but what you would kind of expect of a tattoo artist. He party sometimes, you know what I'm saying? He stay up late. He do a little this and a little that, but
Yeah, and I want to tell y'all, normally when you meet any successful person or somebody doing something, they going to be weird to you because they dedicated to that craft, you feel me? So that's why tattoo artists are kind of like rock stars. They're becoming better, and with social media, it ain't just about being a weirdo. It's about you really vibing and being down to earth and being really like approachable. Because if you weird with those people, they may not ever come back. So what I noticed when I worked with a couple tattoo artists they are weird, but weird is good when you're trying to get to the next level. You got to change up some things. So if they telling you like, hey, you're going to be tattooing and going home, my boy Devin in here say he was working 12-hour shifts, sacrificing it all. Come on now. If you're really saying you want this, you got to really put in that work. You got to really be willing to sacrifice everything to get ahead. It ain't going to be a long time. It's going to be a season. But if you never seen a season of growth, how can you grow? You got to watch what they doing. You feel me? And then take the actions.
I was funny because I was going to ask you to expand on the original question, but now I get it more. It's more about like, that sounds crazy. Like what you said earlier. To the average person, that sounds wild. Sit down on a piece of paper for 5 hours. People are going to say you're smoking crack, right?
No pay. No pay.
For free, right? But I say all artists are weird and in a sense socially awkward because we tend to be comfortable spending
Bro,
long
I ain't
periods
awkward,
of
bro. I
time.
don't know what Buddy talking about.
I said tendency. No, but I'm saying
bleeding.
we tend to be comfortable with spending long periods of time alone. So what that happens is we spend less time socializing. So then you actually get used to being that way, but you can't be like that the way you are with that paper with that person. You got to talk to them.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to build a relationship with them.
Yeah.
You want to tattoo them.
Like-
You want to get $500 from them, but you don't want to talk to them and get to know them, see how their life is doing.
exactly. That's like what the call was just saying about being personable. It's all about the experience for real. Like that's what it takes. Like you finna spend hours with this person. These people spending a lot of money with you. Ain't no need to be up in there quiet. You know what I'm saying?
They
Like,
save 6 checks.
yeah, they spend
How
a
you
lot
feel
of money.
being here like How long you been here? Like almost 7 months. What you think?
Yeah, I've been in this shop 7 months.
Okay, so like, when did everything hit that we was like teaching you how we was doing stuff? How you feel like it hit?
Recently, I think it all probably hit this month or last month for real.
Yeah.
But that's what it took though. It took a culmination of getting my page set up, learning other parts of the business that I had known before that I didn't pick up from my apprenticeship, learning to use certain parts of my personality in making sure that my clients were comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that I'm using it properly, building that relationship with my clients, and this is business. This ain't no one and done. I'm trying to get the repeat. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get referral.
This is the game you don't see getting taught anywhere. I just sent something in the group chat the other day, and it was talking about first time entrepreneurs fail is because they focus on the product instead of tattoo artists do the same thing. They want to be pure artists. They only want to focus on the craft or the work. So they think if they have the best work ever, then their whole business is going to succeed. That is not the case. If you don't have your finances right, if you don't have social media correct, how you market yourself, if you don't have it doesn't matter how good the tattoo is. I couldn't even number how many people have come to me who had good work but said they wouldn't come back because the experience was bad.
Yeah, you could be the coldest artist ever. You could do whatever.
It don't matter.
Pissing everybody off every time they come get tatted. Ain't nobody gonna come back.
It don't matter. Then you see artists with connections. They know how to network. They know how to get in the right rooms and talk to the right people to bring their brand to the high because they understand their personal brand.
And y'all want to know what's crazy? People be like, "How was it tattooing that person or this person?" They all people, celebrity or not. They not overpaying you because they're a celebrity. They might tip you, right? But treat all your people like they're a celebrity. Treat that artist that you want to learn from like a celebrity. Come with value. You know what I'm saying? Come with value. Don't come with your hand out. You feel me? Come with, hey, what do you need? How can I help you? You know, a lot of us just got handouts, but we ain't putting willing to apply. Hey, bro, I seen you been posting. I know how. Can I edit for you and make your page grow and you can help me grow? People getting played in these apprenticeships and they got y'all slaving because you also coming with zero value. You want to go home and see how the algorithm on social media working. It's switching up every day. Hey, bro, post this, do this. Really, you got to really dig deep and really take about a year or two and just put in all the work. If I told you in 2 years, if you did this, you'll be making $200,000 a year, would you sacrifice everything for that? People do it for college.
Yeah.
People do it for everything else. Do it for your career. This is something that you're going to be able to work the way you want to work. When I first met my boy right here and I was telling him numbers, he looked at me like, huh? Same thing with you. And then GQ. When it's so simple, bro. If y'all just make $500 a day, 10 days, that's 5,000. Right? If you do that 300, 10 days, that's 3,000. The math is easy. It's about the vibes you giving. It's about the content you putting out, and it's about the work you putting in. You can't cheat the work. I can't do one push-up right here and be swole unless I'm on the steroids, you feel me?
Even then, you're going
Even
to
then,
get an injury.
You're gonna crash out.
On me.
Yeah, so make sure that y'all not capping out here. Make sure that you really been, well, they say be careful what you pray for, right? So when you asking for certain things, make sure you prepared for it. You don't want to ask for an opportunity and you're not even prepared for it. So make sure y'all serious about that. You
Put
know,
that work in.
And be proactive. There's so many moving parts, just like he said. All those things you could have account for, you could be operating at 80% in all those. But if you're failing in your bookings with closing, with how you address yourself or conduct yourself in a conversation with a client, you could be missing out on 50,000, 100,000. There's so many artists with money sitting in their DM right now because they don't know how to close the clients.
All the time.
and sometimes stop overvaluing yourself. If they got 300, take the 300 and get them a $600 tattoo. You at the beginning of your career. Get them a $600 tattoo for 300. Don't do it for free. Don't be like, hey, I need what they call it. I need like a canvas or what they call it.
Oh, a tattoo model.
guinea pig.
Yeah, a tattoo model, and they want them out here to model their work. They don't even have no followers on social media. They not helping you out. You got to just put in the work and make sure you overvaluing people. I'm going to add this extra little piece because it's going to make you get a good deal, and it's going to make my work look better. They walk in portfolios. They walking around with your work, and then they walking around with the vibes you gave them. Imagine getting a dope tattoo and being like, he was an asshole. You want that?
Exactly.
You feel me? Remember that. It's only forever. Everything you do with that person, they're going to remember it forever. So make sure that you're really giving them vibes. That's why we named the shop It's Only Forever. You feel me?
And it's compounding interest. So that one person could send you 10 people. And then from each of those people, they send you another 10.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Y'all devalue a customer. They saying they're coming to you wanting $100 tattoos, so you wait to respond to them or don't ever respond to them. That person was worth $50,000.
Yep. Yeah, and like he was saying, they're walking advertisement for y'all. Like, why not invest in these people? Like, it seems to us, it seems simple, but you know, when you don't know certain things, I know for a lot of people it's a little harder. And everybody
Don't let
learns
these
different.
old artists send y'all off. Don't let them
real.
tell you, oh, no, they cheap, don't do it. Bro, they going to keep you broke. Would you rather make 200 a day or no 100? You feel me?
On me.
It's that simple.
Real,
Y'all gotta
real
humble
talk.
It's
yourself.
really that
For
simple,
real.
bro.
Don't
Humble
be
yourself.
cocky. It's people at a job making 100, working 10 hours.
Breaking their
They
back.
telling you they got 200-300 and you saying, no, humble
Take
yourself.
that.
Take
Humble
that dollar.
yourselves
You
for
know how
sure.
hard they worked for that? That's 2 days of their life. You know what I'm saying?
No diddy.
3 days of their life that you finna do in a couple hours. Come on now, get it together.
No, for real.
When I first started, I wasn't charging that much for real. At most shit. When I first started, I was doing straight free tests. And then like 2-3 months in, I was charging like 150, 200 just to show people I could do the work. Now, I mean, it's in front of y'all, you know. So it's a little different.
Yep. Check that page.
Yeah, make sure y'all follow all us on here. Check out our work. Everybody do different styles. That's what I love about the shop too. Everybody do different stuff. We all learn from each other. We all coachable. We all willing to learn. We all humbling ourselves. Ain't nobody in here feel like they better than nobody. And we a team. Everybody trying to grow. Everybody got the same common
But
goal.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm in competition every day.
I was going to say, who said that?
I'm in competition.
Like, it's friendly competition. You feel me? Like, you want to compete. You want to be in the game. Like, if I see Q over there shading and doing some gradations, I'm like,
finna go
man,
up. He finna go
I
up.
need to turn up. I need to get better. It's called friendly competition. You don't compete. You just want to get in the game. You feel me? If I see Jew putting up buckets, I want to put up some buckets. You feel me? He really humbled me. It was like a guy he had called, and we was like, that costs $1,000. And he was like, how much you got? 500? I'm on the way. And that humbled me so much. And I think that month, man, I made so much money. I ain't even gonna say it on here, but I made so much money that month. I was like, dang, he really put like a fire back in me. And that's why you need all types of different people around you, because you need to humble yourself at times. If you just what y'all think about that? Working in studios compared to working in shops.
Oh yeah.
Because you know a
Before
lot
you
of
go to
artists is
that-
going to studios. But go ahead.
That's perfect.
Hold
'cause
on, let me say something. So how you talking about friendly competition? He got a red eye, I got a Mustang. It's gonna be faster than his in a couple months. Watch.
Cap. We're gonna put that on here
Okay,
too.
okay.
that's
Look,
a
look.
whole
So
other
this
shit.
this ties right into what you just asked and what you just said too. How you motivated, like he motivated you, he humbled you, and got that fire back on you, right? And then guess what? In a studio, that ain't happening. And it's just
By
you. That ain't
yourself.
happening. You're by yourself. Guess what? Him turning up, getting him to turn up, turned me up. He showed me the flex for the results from him turning up, from seeing him turn up. That made me turn up. And then now we talking about turning
telling
up
you
and flexing on each other about how much we turned
We
up.
we
You
got
ain't gonna
a
get
we got
that
a
in no
competition
studio.
going right now, y'all.
You're not gonna get that in no studio.
Yeah, you wouldn't even be able to
Yeah,
sharpen each other.
My
iron
boy
like this.
said he had a bad month, and his client looked at him and was like, "That's a bad month." You feel me? He was like, "What? You tripping?"
Said I beat you.
That's hard.
You feel me?
Said, that was a bad one.
Yeah.
So yeah, studio ain't finna do nothing for you unless you just like working alone or you don't know how to work around people. Now I get there's certain situations where there's be in bad environments in certain shops, understand it, but seek out a
Every
proper
shop is
environment.
going to be bad. GQ put me on that. Everything is not going to be perfect. Life ain't perfect. It's always going to be something you don't like about this situation. You know what I'm saying? But any situation of growth is going to hurt. You feel me? So Don't worry about everything being perfect. Worry about taking that opportunity and getting better. You feel me? So how was that breakdown, GQ, though, when they was talking about shops and stuff? Because you've been reading the Tattoo Millionaire book, and you've been watching a lot of tattoo podcasts. You actually put me back on some. That's why we back in the building on this podcast game. So shout out to GQ for putting that flame up under us.
Most definitely. But yeah, pretty much the same thing that Q was just saying. You're not gonna get that same vibe. You're not gonna be able to bounce any ideas off anybody, see any other perspectives on anything, get any advice towards anything. You in a shop by yourself, it ain't nothing but you and the client. And then you know your client gonna hit you with you the artist. So now you smoke, you like, well, I don't know what you it's better for your environment, like you said, you would be better off, I think, seeking out the proper fit for you in a shop if you can't find it in what you've done been through so far. But shop vibes is what I'm on for the rest of this, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to work in no studio by myself, you know what I'm saying? It's much better. We can all motivate each other like we were just talking about. If he hadn't said that, he wouldn't have been able to do that, which wouldn't have done the, you know what I'm saying?
You can't even get somebody to help you shoot content in the studio by yourself.
I swear. How you gonna peel the stencil off and get somebody to record you doing it? Unless you got your client up there.
You lost right there already.
Yeah.
Just off content, you lost.
Yeah.
And y'all want to treat every client like it's your last client. You feel me? Some people are doing some dope work and ain't putting it out because they stuck in their artist mind. Oh, yeah, they not putting it out. I got years of putting out work. Y'all feel me? And then y'all want to be popular. I'm following 7,500 people on Instagram. That's how many you can follow. I'm trying to follow as many people as possible. I don't care about how many followers I got. I want to follow people so they can come and invest in my business and I can invest in their skin. You feel me? So make sure when y'all looking at social media, y'all researching everything. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat,
Threads,
LinkedIn,
YouTube,
wherever, Threads, there you go, Twitter, X,
YouTube, all that.
You feel me? Get to the bag. Y'all got anything else y'all think will help them out in their journey? Yeah, that had to be another one. Comment down below if y'all have any other questions about tattoos.
Oh, I got one.
Go ahead.
It don't stop. That's like the only risk you really take in this shit. Like, it don't never stop. Once you all the way in the water, it's either you gonna swim or you gonna drown. So it don't stop, bro. So if this is what you choose to do, just know, like, you're going to have to be on that shit every day.
You're taking a risk every day.
For real.
Make sure y'all talk close to the
You
mic.
taking a risk every day. Like, you don't have a job. You don't have, like, wait, what's that word? Like,
What's on the
401k? A 401k? You talking about
just
retirement
like,
plan?
you know when somebody get paid, like, every 2 weeks, like, they know that they
Oh,
fucking
for
get
sure
paid.
check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, you don't got that when you tattooing, so.
You know how people work paycheck to paycheck? You working
Yeah.
tattoo to tattoo.
You feel
Same
me?
thing.
So it might be months where shit is slow. You just gonna have to figure out how to make it not slow.
So that's business, y'all, right? So you can have an 8K month, then you can have a 4K month. Then you got to add that up. You really only had 6K each month. So you want to project your goals, you know what I'm saying? Write down in y'all appointment books how much you want to make a month and then go aggressively towards that goal. How are you going to hit a target if you don't have no GPS there? How you going to get to the crib? How you going to tell somebody to get to this address if you don't have anything written down? So you got to manifest it, write it down, and then take the action. So if y'all want to hit a certain number a year, okay, it's 12 months in a year. I want to hit 6 figures. This how much I need to make a month. And then write your numbers down. This how many people I need to talk to. This how many clubs I need to go to. This how many bartenders I need to tattoo. This is how many. It be people working at a tattoo shop and they don't know none of the people in the businesses right around them.
Exactly.
Get out of that box. Don't sit and wait on a walk-in. Go get a walk-in. I'm talking about we used to be outside on a main street holding tattoo signs, talking about $100 tattoos. You got at least 1,000 cars passing your location every day. Get out there, hold the sign, humble yourself, get to the bag.
That's why it goes right back into talking about being proactive. So if you set a goal, right, and you know you fell short of it, then what do you need to do? It's all problem solving. So you got to figure out, what went wrong last month? What didn't I do? Okay, just like he said, how many people do I need to message? How many posts do I need to make? How many clients do I need to follow up with? If you're tracking what you need to do, what you did last month, then it'll be a lot easier to figure out what went wrong the following month. Is there something going on in the economy that's slowing things down? Did I get more deposits that month? Is that why I make more? I make more money from deposits, not necessarily tattooing. There's all these things you want to take into account for to readily see what's going on with your business. If you're not keeping track of things, they're just like, it's say money is just like a mistress. She cheat on you if you don't pay attention. She's gonna leave.
And that's just a part of the game. That's something that a lot of people probably don't think about going into tattooing. Y'all think? Well,
That they're a business?
yeah.
No, they only see.
I know a lot of people that I know that are in not even just tattooing and other businesses that don't look at all aspects of it like that.
Or better yet, you're a personal brand now.
Exactly.
Stuff you do in your personal life is going to carry over to how you do stuff in the shop.
And that's why that is so important in your tattooing.
Yeah, when we all met, I told them everything is personal. They be like, my personal life ain't got nothing to do with business. Yes, it do.
does.
We a
Everything.
small business.
Everything.
If you don't come in today, you don't get paid today. You feel me? Everything you do is personal. You are the CEO, the CFO, the janitor, the social media marketer. You the telemarketer,
The bookkeeper.
Yes,
You the
you're
nurse. You a
everything.
therapist.
Customer service rep.
Customer service. You do everything. You a doctor in this joint. You
You
gotta
in
do it all.
collections.
Problem solver. You a
Most importantly,
architect
you in sales. That's
Yeah,
like
say
the
that again.
hardest
Ooh,
one,
you
bro.
the
You in
salesman.
sales.
for sure.
Ain't nobody finna give you no. I mean, sometimes you know, but you feel me?
Can't eat
Like
off
you
that,
gonna
though.
have to go try to grab the people. Like it's sell. You selling yourself every time you go outside. Like even if you at the grocery store, if you ain't tell nobody you was
And if
tattooing,
y'all see
you
our
tweaking.
whips, we got our names on our cars. You feel me? You passing 1,000 cars a day. Put your stickers on your car and make sure your name say something with ink, tattoos, something. So they could be like, oh, you do tattoos? In any way, try to get that pay. You feel me?
Unless you in the hood, don't do that.
Yeah, if you
Even in
a
the
small
hood.
city,
Even in the hood. The
you in a
hood
small
spend the most
city,
money.
you
I'm
a
from Chicago.
target.
They spend the most
They're
money.
gonna follow you home anyway if they're trying to do
You
something.
got cash in his raps.
Yeah, but takeaways, y'all. This is something that my mom's always taught me that like still holds true to this day. Plan your work and work your plan. Plan your work and work your plan. It's simple. A lot of the stuff that we saying is all that simple. A lot of people be overthinking it, thinking that it's more to it. Nah, what if like you said, you be in your head? It's really not that deep. It's simple. Plan your work and work your plan.
And really, just like you're saying, like it's more than they think. Is because people have a bad, what's the word I'm looking for? More so an association with the word sale. They're like, ugh, I don't want to sell. That's because your mindset about selling is bad. So you.
That's
have
why you broke. You don't want to sell. Sell. When you walk in the store, what do? They sell you. Hey, are you looking for something? Do you need help with something? When they don't talk to you, what you be like?
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
They're rude.
No, but also because they don't understand what selling means. The people who are bad at sales misunderstand what sale is, what it means to sell. Just like he said, you come in the store, they ask you what you need, how you're doing. They're trying to take care of you. Then they didn't say, hey, you want to buy this? No, they said, what do you need?
What do y'all think are some cons of tattooing? Artists, you know.
I'm finna break your back.
On me, you
You
gonna
gotta
have
get that posture
You need
on
to
point.
get a.
You finna be,
You probably need to get a subscription to a massage therapy.
I would say cons of being a tattoo artist. It's really a blessing, man. It really ain't that many cons if you think about it. You quadrupling what a person makes a year if you're doing it right, right? So it's really a big blessing. So the only con is managing your time. They said you gotta sync your business with your life. People say work-life balance. Impossible in this game. You gotta sync it. What you love, sync it. If you need certain days, sync it with your life. You feel me? Like put all that stuff together and be like, hey, I'm gonna tattoo today for this many hours and then I'm gonna go do this. You really have to manage it perfectly. But this a blessing, bro. I remember working at FedEx, putting boxes in that joint, going to the crib, and I just made, they only let you make a certain amount of money, right? So they'll tell you you're making $22 an hour, but then they make you work 4 hours. And then after they take out the taxes, I really only made $65 a day. You feel me? And I'm musty, crusty, dusty.
No Vaseline.
You know what I'm saying?
Whole day gone, time gone.
Yeah. So the only con I would say is you are becoming different to everybody that you grew up around. You know what I'm saying? Because you're taking the action to be better, and now you're changing. And then they're going to tell you changing. You are. You becoming better, and they are doing nothing. So that's the only thing I noticed with tattooing, that you are trying to elevate, and then they gonna stop appreciating you or stop talking to you, stop calling you to come out, and that's cool. You. If they your real friends, they gonna appreciate it. If they not, move around. I'm getting to the next level no matter what.
And that makes sense too, with the mindset that most people are going to have. If they're used to working a typical job, you're going to be doing a lot of front work. So by that, I'm saying is you're going to be paid on the back end, right? So you're trying to acquire a skill. It may take you 2, 3, 4, or 5 years to learn to get good at. Now you're receiving the pay for that, acquiring such skill.
What you think a con is? This your first year? What is your worst?
The
your
only
biggest con?
thing is time, bro. This shit take up a
agree. It's
lot
just
of
time.
your time. But besides that, like you said, it's a blessing for real. I would not be living like this if I was not tattooing. I'm not living, any type of way,
What else are you doing anyway, though?
Huh?
What else was you doing?
What else
anyway?
would you be doing at that time?
Right.
If you was your child, what would you be telling your? If you was your child, what would you be telling your child to do? Would you rather have them doing what you doing at your age, or what?
I say just do whatever you passionate about and whatever you love. And if you do that and you do it every day, I feel like money will eventually come.
Consistency.
But you just whatever you're passionate about. I always ask people like when they say they don't know what they want to be when they get older. I just be like, well, what do you like? What do you enjoy? What are you good at? Because that's usually what you should be doing.
And always remember, all your better days are in front of you. There's no such thing as what you want to be when you get older. You could be whatever you want to be the next day. Keep going towards whatever goal you have. There's no time on this life. Every day you get up is a blessing for real. So cherish that day. Cherish the people around you. Cherish your goals, and just be actionable. You feel me? It's a blessing.
That's it from me, big dog.
We out, gang.